Finding your daily habits, finding your practices that act as the foundation.
There's so many people out in this world that are stuck with a mundane job that they really don't enjoy. Yet, there are still people out there that have jobs that they are truly passionate about and truly love to no end.
We should plant trees under whose shade we do not plan to sit.
And I'm sure you're just wondering, how do they get those jobs? Well, it's because they found whatever they were passionate about and decided to pursue that relentlessly. They didn't want to settle for second best, and they wanted to pursue being the best that they could possibly be in that field. They put in all this hard work and all this long time that it took them to get to their goal and achieve their dream. So many people just give up when it gets hard. They don't think they're built for it, or they just don't want to put in the time, put in the energy, or put in the effort that it truly takes to become successful.
Creating a purpose takes time.
A lot of people now expect things to happen overnight. Little do they know, they are completely and utterly wrong. A journey of success can take years to accomplish. With you growing a little bit each and every day, and all that growth and knowledge stacks up over a period of time into you knowing how to become successful and knowing the routes and what way to possibly pursue your dreams and going and conquering them. You become the one person that you know that finally achieved what they wanted to achieve because you worked hard. You woke up early and figured it out. You wanted to get better and you wanted to improve your life little by little each and every single day that you woke up. And that's what it truly means to be successful.
I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am what I think you think I am.
Community I grew up in, I'm a failure. How did I buck the trend? I was really fortunate that very early on I started to experiment with what mattered to me. Sometimes that got me in a lot of trouble. What people don't know about me is that I was suspended from school 3 times for trying out all sorts of things, like things that people would never imagine of someone who goes on to be a monk. I was experimenting with all the drugs in the world. I had multiple relationships. I was really trying to search for some sort of meaning, fulfillment, and as long as I've known, I've been chasing thrill. I really value thrill. Not many people do. It's very different. From 14 to 18, I was like this kid who just wanted to try new things out. And my parents' rhetoric would always be, well, make sure you get good grades. And I used to think, well, if I can be bad and get good grades, then it all works, right? Everyone's happy. So that's kind of what I did. And at 18, I was really fortunate when I met a monk. And this monk was invited to speak. And I kind of just went because one of my friends forced me to. At that time, I was listening to CEOs and entrepreneurs and business people and marketers who I thought that's what I was aspiring to be like. And then I hear this monk, and he captivated me like no one had ever captivated me before. It was like staring at the most beautiful woman on the planet. You know, I was completely fixated on him and his message. That was the beginning of what changed me.
When I was growing up in London, I had 3 choices to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a failure. And I ended up at business school, so I guess I was the 3rd. And I was going to business school, and every week we had CEOs, entrepreneurs, celebrities coming to speak and share their stories. And I was fascinated by how people went from nothing to something. And one week I was told that this monk was invited because I wasn't interested in hearing a monk's perspective on life, and it changed my life. It was the most captivating presentation I've ever been to, and he spoke about selflessness and service and kindness, and it just got me hooked. So I spent all of my summer holidays from 18 to 22, aged 18 to 22, half of them working in the finance corporate world in suits and driving cars in London, and spending the other half living as a monk in India. And when I was 22, I decided to turn down my corporate job offers and go and live as a monk in India for 3 years. And half our days was silence and half of it was service. So we meditated for half the day, and the other half we were trying to serve humanity and make a difference in the world. I take out 21 to 30 days every year to go and live back with the monks where I used to live in India. So I lived as a monk for 3 years. And every day I've made it a priority to continue my meditation practice, which is currently 2 hours a day. It's been that way for the last 13 years. It's been the bedrock and foundation of my life. My first piece of advice would be finding your daily rituals, finding your daily habits, finding your practices that act as the foundation, because we're living in such busy, hectic, crazy times. For me, refining my intentions on a daily basis is one of my favorite habits. And so what I do every day is I'll look at the plethora of options that I have available, all of the things, whether it's deals, ideas, thoughts, projects, offers, whatever it
is, and on top of all of them, I'll write down why I would do that. And if the reason is often ego, pride, envy, competition, jealousy, and sometimes it's compassion, love, joy, passion, purpose, meaning, fulfillment. And so what I like to do is I like to refine my intentions, which I class as seeds and weeds every day.
We did that because so much of our lives today are separate, disconnected. We have left and right, black and white. We have things that we love to do. We have things that we have to do. We have things that we look forward to and can't wait for. Then there are things that we wish we quite frankly never had to do. And then we have this thing called work. Then we have this thing called life. We have this thing called family. We have this thing called friends. And this constant disconnect, disharmony in our life creates more and more friction within ourselves, within our organizations, and then eventually the wider community and even the world. Mindset 2 is a bit more about how much we have to unlearn about ourselves. How many of you have ever been told by your boss that you're too slow? This is your opportunity to unlearn what you've been told about yourself. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to answer 2 questions based on a reflection of your own self. Not how you are at work, not how people perceive you, not how people think about you, but how you think about yourself, right? I'm going to ask you to push to go to that level. There's a great philosopher called Khloe in the 1800s. He said that today, I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am what I think you think I am.